Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in this AFK journey video, we're going to run through Relentless, Rumble, Brawl 3, Endless mode and recommend a few teams for you guys to use to get the max rewards from the quest itself. So right here for you to get the max reward, you will need 35 kills minimally. So I'll try to recommend a few teams that could do 35 kills with this account, and the best kill count is around 50 here, but there are a lot of RNG factor and unit tier and EX weapon tier considerations in this, so I'll also talk about them. But for this unit over here, we have Brawl 3. We have the Spell Shield and Healing Wave buff, which appears on the third enemy every 3 enemies spawned. And this spell shield over here means that you need to run a hybrid team or a full physical team, because if not, you will be bricked by this spell shield if you run a full magical team, and you won't be able to continue killing, and this will lower your kill count. On top of that, if you let that unit survive for too long, then this increase in healing will cause the unit to heal up the other allies, which will slow down your damage output as well. So the unit over here is the 3 Gruglin Voodooist, which provides the shield for the ally as well as healing for the ally right here. Okay, so now moving to the best team, let's talk about the best team showcase. So this is the best team showcase featuring Seth as well as Lenya, together with the usual culprits of the best teams. So let's go to Lenya and then we introduce Seth in the team. Okay, so the reason why we use Seth and Lenya is because they are like some of the best single target physical carry, which will allow you to snipe off the lower HP Voodooists before they get healed up. Seth over here is insanely good for multi-mobbing purposes, because his third ability right here gains a stack of Bloodlust when the HP of a non-summon enemy first falls below 33%. So you can stack up to 3 times, and this allows you to get a lot of buffs and stack on Seth, and he will grow better throughout the battle. On top of that, his second skill allows him to move through the battlefield really quickly, which is one problem which I think a lot of the melee or physical attacker face when the battlefield is really big, because you need to run towards the target, start attacking, and then you get your damage gem in. But right here, he will pounce to the target and then hit them with this massive damage. So this skill also scales up every single time you cast it, and it gets its cooldown removed when you kill an enemy. So once you kill an enemy, you will be able to immediately pounce to another one and then get your energy back, and then you will be able to spam your ultimate, and then from there you guys can see the cycle and how he steamrolled to become this very good Relentless Rumble unit. And he's also a Mauler, which fits into the factional bonus really well, so this will give you maximum stats. And we feature Lenya because Lenya is also able to sort of pinpoint the strongest unit, usually the unit with the spell shield as well as the buffs itself. So this will allow you to remove the target quickly and also provide for that quick burst on the units which are really low to prevent the healing from doing too much for them. So initially I thought Dahlia would be quite crucial to cancel the healing of the enemies, but then if you're able to burst them down through massive single target physical damage, you should be able to sort of prevent the heals from being a nuisance to your team itself. So this is the few consideration. And then we have Mikola, Smokey, as well as Tedin. So Tedin is just there for massive, consistent magical damage on all the units, such that your Seth and Lenya can pinpoint the weaker one and then bring them down as fast as possible. So Smokey and Mikola is there for the maximum buff, and let's start the battle. So one thing about this team, or physical teams in general, is that there's quite a bit of RNG factor, because initially, if you take a look at this run itself, you'll realize that the team starts off killing really slowly, but will build up over time because of how the mechanics of Seth work and how Lenya works as well. So this is where being able to steamroll faster will give you a better kill count towards the end, because you start off with a faster start. So you start to reach that peak damage point faster, and then you will be able to kill faster in the middle. So right here you guys can see the kill counts increasing much faster, and Teddy is just there to apply this constant AoE damage on all the units, such that the physical units like Lenya and Seth can come in to do the finishing blow. Okay, and then in the subsequent parts, because I know Seth and Lenya is probably not a unit that a lot of people invested in, I'll also be recommending some other substitutes or unit combinations that you guys can use to sort of get the maximum rewards from the quest side. So this is the physical attack team. So this team can get up to 51 or 2 kills. So this is the damage distribution, and as you guys can see, Lenya and Seth doing massive damage. Now let's move on to the other substitutes for Lenya and Seth. So if you don't have Lenya and Seth, which I think is quite a common thing because they are not units which people invest in, you can use Corinne and Vala. So the reason why you want to use Corinne and Vala is because they are also really good physical attackers, and they are able to fill up the slot for Seth and Lenya despite being a little bit weaker in terms of dealing with Relentless Rumble units. So right here we will do this one. With regards to this case, right, what I'll suggest for this would be to run another artifact such as Resonating Spell, because okay, so Corinne and Vala, they're both physical attackers, but to a certain extent they have some true damage built in, so you kind of want to maximize the DPS on either one of them for you to hit a little bit harder throughout, because Great Sword Spell over here buffs up the physical damage of the team, but Tadin ain't gonna get too much out of the thing. And these two units, even though they are like physical attackers of some sort, but they don't get it fully, so I think Resonating Spell might be better in this setup. So let's go. So we buff up Vala as fast as possible for her to enter her melee form, and then that's where we will be able to see her help us carry a little bit better. Okay, so one thing about Vala right now is we don't get the arena buff that fast. So I think we might have to reposition. Okay, we might have to reposition the units a little bit. Yeah, because right now I don't think we are getting the buffs fast enough. So she will target the last unit. I think somewhere here. Or maybe I will get the buff on Tadin. Yeah, so that the other units can be the cleaner for the team. So I think this is what I'll do. So we get Resonating buff on Tadin so that she can apply the pressure for my Vala to start rolling faster. Okay, goes in, start burning. Okay, Vala goes in melee form, so that's what I want to see. And then we should be able to increase our killing pace right here. Yeah. Okay, so this team has a lesser factional bonus because you're running 2 Maulers with 2 Lightbearers together with Talon. And for those of you guys who do not have Talon, the usual good AoE magical attackers works as well. But just take note of the factional bonus and also the different, I'll say, like conditions I mentioned. Like you want to have a mix between magical attacker and physical attacker such that you don't get bricked on that 3rd unit with the spell shield buff. And at the same time, you also want to consider your best unit tiers together with the factional bonus to min-max on your damage. So right here we are at 13, should be able to secure probably 35, 36. Yeah, 35, so we are eligible for the quest rewards. So this is another team that you guys can use. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Great Sword Spell to test out how good it is. Right, with Great Sword Spell. I think Great Sword Spell is generally really good with melee teams. So let's see how it goes. It also offers additional damage off the artifact to snipe off the units to prevent the heals. Yeah. Okay, so one thing about Vala is she doesn't apply the arena buff that fast for the team, because she's not in the middle of the battle. Okay, so we got the arena buff active. Nice. Vala is still in her range form. You really want Vala to go into melee form ASAP because her melee form is stronger in terms of damage dealing. Okay. See how it goes. 20 kills. Pacing is roughly the same as the previous round. Okay, okay. But seems like Great Sword Spell helps with additional kills against the Voodooist as well. So maybe Great Sword Spell would be the best artifact to use. So you guys can take that in mind. So Great Sword Spell with physical attacker, really, really good stuff. So here we get 40 kills. Okay, so 40 kills is good enough for all the quest clears. You can also use Merrily in the team if you have Merrily, although I think Merrily is sort of forgotten by a lot of people, but Merrily is also a pretty decent damage dealer which deals true damage, and is also a Lightbearer for your factional bonus. If you take a look at the Graveborns side, I think you can obviously use the likes of Cecile together with, I kind of want to say Igor, but I don't know whether or not Igor will be good, but I think you can try Salazzo as well, because Salazzo is also a physical attacker. So I think this is one option. I'll try this and showcase to you guys. With regards to our dear Talon slot, right? Like I mentioned earlier, if you're running a Wilders in your team, then you can obviously run Lily May as well. So that way you will get like at least the 2 Wilders plus 3 other units kind of buff. And we will showcase this with Talon once again. Okay, so physical team with Cecile as well as Salazzo. So the general idea for team building would be a massive AoE or damage dealer first, and then having that physical attacker for that finisher on the unit with the spell shield. Okay, so Cecile gets the summon off. I think the Graveborn side might not be the best. Yeah, cause like Cecile ain't exactly like a massive burster. Although Salazzo actually does pretty decent physical damage, but I still don't think that Salazzo can outmatch the likes of Vala and Corinne, unfortunately. So we shall see the final damage count, but it seems like the pacing is good. Okay, nice. Okay, one thing about Cecile is that I think the summon also get buffed by Mikola. So that's one thing which I might have overlooked, but I don't think we can actually beat the Seth and Lenya one, but we should be able to do at least 35 to secure rewards. So let's say if you are more Graveborn centric by your account, then I think this is one variance that you guys can use. So 36, 38, okay, 38Q, good enough for the max quest. So these are pretty much, I'll say, like the few team variances that you guys can use. We're going to try one more. This time around, we will remove Talon, and then we're going to put in Lily May. So Lily May, where are you? Where's my Lily May? Oh, you can also use Florbell as well. Yeah, physical attacker, pretty decent. But I don't think Florbell as the key damage dealer would be something to consider, because probably can't queue fast enough. Oh, we can do Lenya and Florbell. Yeah, we can do Lenya and Florbell to do a 3-2. Okay, so we try this and let's go. So this is just a showcase of the different team variances for you guys to try and error based on your own account. So one thing about Lily May that's not as good as Talon is Lily May is more like single target in terms of her damage distribution. But the thing is, as she builds up damage over time, Lily May will start to hit harder, and then against units without that spell shield ability, she will be able to lower their HP really quickly, and then you start to ramp up in terms of your damage output. Yeah, so we are ramping up because Lily May is ramping up here. Nice. Okay, so 27Q, 29Q, 30, 31. Might be able to do 45 based on this pacing. Yeah, because Lily May is ramped up. Okay, 36, 37, 38. Okay, nice. Okay, 40Q. Nice. Really good stuff here. Okay, so this is Lily May together with other units. So let's say if you do have Talon, just use Lily May. Let's move through the numbers as you guys can see right here. So Florbell is also pretty decent in this hybrid team over here. And that's pretty much it for this part. Let us move on to my free-to-play account showcase. Let's go. So we are using Starshot spell for the additional true damage. In the event my team have issues killing that magic immune unit, which will slow down our DPS. So without further ado, let's start this battle. So later on, I'll also be showcasing a Lightbearer variant, which features some of our old friends from the Dream Realm side of things. So you guys can actually use it as a reference if you have those units built up. So right here, as you guys can see, the kits as well as the whole bunch of unit occupies the middle of the battlefield. So Mikola's aura will be up, or Mikola's attack buff will be up, which will increase our damage output. There's a unit which is magic immune at the back with the purple aura. So that unit will have to rely on our true damage from Starshot spell, as well as Mikola and also Florbell to deal with it, because these are our physical attacker or our true damage to bring down that shield. And then the rest of the other units, we are brute forcing them down with Talon as well as Lily May. But you can see the heals coming out from these shamans over here. It's incredible. Like, if I have a choice, I would rather just shut down their heals or reduce their vitality with the Trana if I have them built up. Because the key part of this minion is heals, right? So if you cut down their heal, you prevent them from healing, they're pretty much useless. Yeah, so you can snap them down much faster if you have those Danlia in your account, right? So that's for the brawl tree. 1 copy Dunlier, sufficient, because you're upgraded to legendary tier. So 23 kills right here, as you guys can see. Okay, and there's another pairing that you guys can consider using, and that would be using Merrily as well as Corin. So both of them, they do physical to true damage. So true damage will be able to bypass the spell shield. So you have Talon to do damage, Fractional Link, and then you have 2 Lightbearers for those true damage, physical damage to deal with the magical shield itself. So in this case, right, because both my Merrily and Corin, they are not as developed, so I won't be hitting as hard against the monster. But let's say if they are both at a higher tier EX weapon, like my Lily May right here, then I believe they should be able to do around the same, right? Maybe 23 kills, 24 kills, or even more. So without further ado, let's showcase this one. Okay, I think another unit that you can actually use for this fight. Okay, another thing about not using Florbell is you might not be able to occupy the arena right here. So this is one of the issues there. You need to start killing somebody before you can start occupying the arena. Whereas if you have Florbell, for my account, right, we'll just be able to instantly occupy the arena itself. Yeah, the heals are incredible. If your damage are not outputting fast enough, the shamans will just out heal you there. It's crazy. So Merrily's build up will be a little bit slow. She needs to sort of cast the ultimate for a little bit before her damage starts to build up. Same thing for Corin, right? You need to spam your ultimate a little bit. So there's this magical immune there. My Talon's like firing off but not doing damage, right? So that's where that unit needs to, you need to rely on your Merrily to deal with that unit with the shield at the back. Okay, but Merrily's not targeting it, so that's one problem in Merrily as well. Targeting could be an issue. If I had Seth here, then that would be damn good, because Seth will just pounce after the weakest ally to do a lot of damage. I'll just use a frontline spell and go after them, but unfortunately, I don't have Seth built up. So 20 kills here, as you guys can see. So this is with Corin as well as Merrily. They are, I'll say, like a lot weaker, but if you take a look at these damage numbers, they're pretty impressive. Considering this is only EX5, this is, I think this is EX0 for Merrily. Oh, yeah, this is EX5, this is EX0 for Merrily. I didn't upgrade Merrily because she sort of got phased up recently from the Dreamrealm side, so I just stopped upgrading her. But that's pretty much it, right, for a free-to-play site.